organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, we go into the history of Herky and how he became Iowa's mascot that students and residents have come to love.
And later we'll tell you why you can expect to see some changes to downtown Iowa City storefronts.
And in sports, we unveil our Daily Iowan Male Athlete of the Year.
All that and much more next.
Daily Iowan TV starts now.
I'm Tom Brokaw. For more than 100 years now, the University of Iowa community has been waking up to the Daily Iowan. Today, it's the largest newsroom in eastern Iowa. And now you can see the news every night on Daily Iowan TV and get it anytime worldwide at dailyiowan.com.
Happy Mother's Day, and thanks for tuning in to your Sunday edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Ian Martin.
And I'm Iowan Simic. It's no mystery the finals week can cause students stress. Luckily, the IMU has released a de-stressing to-do list to help students ease their minds. All week, the IMU will be offering massages from 8 p.m. to midnight. Students can also enjoy free popcorn, snacks, and coffee offered throughout finals week.
Yeah, and if students needed a furry friend to cuddle up with during finals week, the IMU is going to be bringing in therapy dogs on Monday from 6:30 to 9 p.m. at Hubbard Park. This will also be the first year that the UI CAM bus interdorm route is going to run late into the night so students can get home safely after studying.
Though we've seen ongoing construction and changes across campus, Herky has always remained a constant fixture, rooting for the Hawks the entire way. But what people may not know is that our own Hawkeye mascot has made some changes himself. Whitney Blakemore has a history of how Herky has developed to become the rowdy mascot that students have grown to love.
Herky, the mascot that has been enhancing Iowa student spirit since 1948. While he may just be one hawk amongst the Iowa Spirit Squad, he has made remarkable strides throughout the years. Now the Old Capitol Museum is hosting the Herky Graduation Tour to show visitors and even future Hawkeyes how great Herky is. Showcased in this exhibit, along with the history of Herky, is 4 5-foot-tall fiberglass Herkies that have been signed by each class during their freshman orientation.
This is the first time all 4 have been done, and so 2013 has been touring around campus throughout the spring.
However, the graduation Herkies are just a portion of this exhibit. Learning the history of Herky is important too.
Herky the Hawk has been part of the university campus since about 1948 when he was a character drawn by Professor Richard Spencer.
Once Spencer's creation was copyrighted, the university decided to hold a contest to decide what to name the character. They finally decided on the name Herky, which came from a shortened form of the Greek mythology's Hercules, which stood for a man of great power and strength. Herky went through many transformations over the years, from having a costume made out of real feathers to the Herky we know today.
He isn't just athletics. He does a lot of philanthropic things. He goes out to schools, kids that are in hospitals. So he's the cheerleader of the university.
Whitney Blakemore, Daily Iowan TV.
The Herky Graduation Hour temporary exhibit will open until late August.
Downtown Iowa City is set to get a makeover that will change the faces of some local businesses. 16 stores applied for grant money to fund renovations and 8 businesses were accepted. A total of $1.3 million will be used to upgrade the outside of these stores in Iowa City. Some stores include Bo James, Quinton's Deli, and Active Endeavors. The building upgrade is part of a larger initiative to help modernize and beautify the downtown. Changes will include new store signs, patios, and outdoor renovations, and construction will be taking place immediately.
As scores of Iowa students look forward to graduate in 1 week, one group of Iowa students has already made the walk across the stage this past Friday. The ceremony marked the 5th anniversary of the REACH program on the UI campus. REACH stands for Realizing Educational and Career Hopes. For 5 years, REACH has offered a 2-year transition certificate program for students with intellectual, cognitive, and learning disabilities. A year ago, the program added a 3rd-year option to allow students to expand their independence and job training. The first group of 3rd-year students graduated in Friday's ceremony. Officials and students say the 3rd-year option has proved beneficial in its first year, and REACH plans to continue offering the option for more years to come.
And when we come back, dancing across the country, a look into some Iowa students that are dancers in company, a traveling dance troupe.
And in sports, find out if Iowa seniors went out on top at Dwayne Banks Field Sunday afternoon.
But before all that, let's check in with Daily Iowan TV's Mary LaPlaca for this week's weather. Mary?
Thanks, Ian. Well, it looks like everyone will be ending the school year with warm temps and only a small amount of rain. But first, tomorrow we'll start off the week at 42 degrees and clear skies. The afternoon will reach 66 degrees and it will stay the same temperature as the night rolls in. As we look into the 6-day forecast, we will be in for a treat on Tuesday as we will reach a high of 90 degrees and sunny skies. Wednesday and Thursday will be in the mid-80s and partly cloudy. Friday will start off the weekend at a high of 86 degrees and a 60% chance of thunderstorms. Those showers will continue into Saturday at a 70% chance of thunderstorms and a high of 81 degrees. Well, that's all the weather I have for this week. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Mary. DIC, short for Dancers in Company, is the traveling student dance company for the University of Iowa Dance Department. Daily Iowan TV's Christina Targo spent a few days with DIC on their last tour to get a feel of what day in the life of a student dancer is like through their eyes.
Well, DIC is really for the dancers in the department that want to have the experience of working in a professional company.
We've had both a guest artist and a graduate student set work on us.
We had 7 works that were performed by the dancers this year.
Okay. DIC experience has been extremely fun, difficult, but it's unlike anything I've ever done.
We had rehearsal from 5 to 8:30 every night.
I'm feeling so tired and sweaty, but so happy too. These rehearsals, we have such a great dynamic, and these rehearsals are just always so fun. It's sometimes scary depending on the different lifts that we do.
Oh, my back hurts so much.
You just have to, in dancing, you have to give everything to that person. Give them your life. Sometimes some people have been dropped on their heads. Touring just overall has been so fun.
We've done anywhere from elementary schools in Hills, Iowa to community college up in Emmitsburg, Iowa.
The hardest part is missing school. You just have to be committed to catching up and not slacking. And I think having DIC and all these rehearsals, being on a tight schedule, just keeps you very scheduled. I have in my planner what I have to do when, cross it off. I'm happy.
The dynamics in the car rides are a blast.
Oh no.
Some other people sing in the cars and stuff, and so that's really fun.
It's more of an outreach program to show dance to students.
But it's fun to bring art, dance to places where they don't see it as much, and people have commented on that after we were about to leave, and they'd be like, "Thank you so much for coming. We don't get to see this very often."
We did that before every we did that before every DIC show.
Today I actually had a little emotional moment in the last piece because the lights were on us, we had a crowd in front of us, it was this huge stage, and we were all just having so much fun.
It's a little bittersweet to have to kind of, I don't want to say goodbye, but at the same time not be around them or get to have as much quality time with them as I would like.
It's like a family.
It's been a whirlwind.
We take our art seriously, but we don't take ourselves too seriously.
I think it'll be one of those things that we'll remember, probably all our lives.
Well, it sure was a busy weekend for Hawkeye Athletics. Let's revisit the Daily Iowan Sports Studio where Ben Ross and Alicia Denez are standing by. Guys?
Hello and welcome back to the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio.
A whole lot to get to on our last Sunday show of the year, including the unveiling of our 2012-2013 Male Athlete of the Year.
But before we get to that, it was senior day for Jack Dom's baseball Hawks at Dwayne Banks Stadium Sunday afternoon. Standing in their way, the Michigan State Spartans.
Yeah, Ben, it's been a tough season for Dom's squad all season long. But the Black and Gold certainly made the best out of their final home series of the year, using a 5-run 7th inning on Friday and a gem of a game on the mound from sophomore Sasha Keeble Saturday to capture their first series victory of the year.
The squad's 5 seniors home finale Sunday afternoon did not go as planned, however. The Black and Gold never quite recovered from a 3-run 3rd inning from the visitors falling in Iowa City 4-2.
The loss drops the Hawks to 19-27 on the year and 7-14 in the Big Ten, putting manager Jack Dahm right back on the hot seat after being granted a one-year extension to coach the team this season.
While Dahm's squad may be up in the air at the moment, iWrestling head coach Tom Brandt can sleep easy knowing that his job as a head Hawk is virtually guaranteed. A big reason why? Our daily Iowan Male Athlete of the Year and National Champion, Derek St. John.
Ben, it's been an amazing year for a number of University of Iowa athletes who have worn the uniforms of the black and gold.
And while who could forget the brief Wiseman for Heisman campaign during the fall, or Devin Marble's postseason heroics in the hardwood, it was clear to us that one Hawk stood alone.
It was a banner of a year for St. John on the mat, the 6-foot, 157-pounder that spent his high school years at local powerhouse Iowa City West and dominated the collegiate scene on his way to his first ever NCAA championship. The Parnell, Iowa native defeated Northwestern's Jason Welch to claim the title after placing third in the Big Ten championships to reach his third straight NCAA automatic bid.
The All-American Lord of the country's premier programs and wins during his 2012 and 2013 campaign with a 31-2 overall record. St. John's .931 win percentage also led the black and gold, leaving no doubt when it came to selecting our Male Athlete of the Year.
Someone who covered St. John's run from local prep star to NCAA champion? Our own wrestling insider, Cody Goodwin. We caught up with Cody earlier Sunday afternoon to find out what made this season so special for our Male Athlete of the Year.
What really made this year special for Derek St. John, it's really a number of things, but one of the most things that we can really point to is just the fact that he kind of weathered the storm. This was his third year at 157 pounds, and it was the third time's the charm for him to win that national title. But his last 2 years, where he finished fourth and second respectively at the NCAA championships, he ran into a few roadblocks, and nobody will blame him for running into those roadblocks. It was Penn State's David Taylor. As a freshman, they faced off at the 157-pound quarterfinals, and Taylor got the best of him there 6-3. And then last year, in the 157-pound national championship, he lost to Cornell's Kyle Dake. For those who don't know Kyle Dake, he was the first four-time national champion to win four at four different weight classes. And David Taylor is oftentimes regarded as pound for pound one of the best college wrestlers to ever come through any program ever. And so it's really just a compilation of that. And really, Derek St. John, you could tell by his face, because there really was no emotion, that he was really in tune and he was focused this year. And there was really nothing that was going to deter him. And really the two losses that kind of, set him back a little bit were really some of the best things that could have happened to him. He ended up losing one match at the national duels to Missouri's Kyle Bradley, and just kind of one of those last-second fluke things. And then he also lost the Big Ten championships to Nebraska's James Green. And those two losses, the only two losses of the season for Derek St. John, really kind of opened his eyes, because he really did have a stranglehold of the number one ranking all season long at that weight class. And those two losses really kind of opened his eyes and said, hey, I'm not invincible. I really got to work at this. And that's exactly what he did. He came through. He was very workmanlike in the NCAA championships. Didn't really put on the show. Didn't try to create a highlight reel. Did just enough, and just enough was enough to win it. It was his first national title. You can guarantee that he will be one of the favorites next year come March.
Thank you, as always, for coming in, Cody. Obviously, a whole lot more coming your way throughout the week.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow for our Female Athlete of the Year, as well as more analysis from the weekend for the Iowa baseball and softball teams. You can catch that this Monday, same time, same place.
Our daily Iowan Coach of the Year and Story of the Year also on tap as we wind down our daily Iowan TV sports coverage. But for now, we are out of time. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, guys. And only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a first look into Monday's edition of the Daily Iowan. Learn why a student entrepreneur group is selling t-shirts and bracelets for charity.
And read about what one new retailer is going to be bringing to Iowa City's Ped Mall.
That's your latest Sunday edition of Daily Iowan TV for the spring semester. Make sure to check us out tomorrow at the same time or anytime online at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for watching and have a good finals week, Hawkeyes.